Om Shanti. I hope you got something from the previous session, okay, and you understood the purpose why we are sharing it. Okay, it's connecting with our existence. We have to know everything about our existence in order to experience our existence, right? And this is a study of living each and every moment as a detached observer in your soul conscious stage, okay? And for that, this is the education you are receiving. So constantly immersing your intellect in this education for some time, you will get the realization of who you are automatically. Okay. So in the previous session, we covered the facts on two beliefs, right? And why it's important for us to clear the beliefs, okay, and stabilize the intellect on one truth. It's to get the experience. We want to have that oneness within ourselves, so we need to have one opinion, right? Based on the facts. Because the truth is the quality of the soul. Okay, truth brings power. Truth allows us to live our life being a detached observer. Okay, and truth is eternal and it applies to everyone, and nobody can cross the truth. Okay. All right. So in the previous session, we said heaven and hell are on this earth. We said our aim is to become a deity. This is a school. God has come and opened the school where He is teaching you how you can achieve your aim, being in this body, in this one birth. Okay. And go to the new world with the same body and experience that heavenly happiness in the midst of a lot of negativity. Okay, so this is a school. It's a degree, right? So it has the systematic approach and curriculum through which you are studying this. This is the orientation, and then the Rajayoga part 2, you study directly from God. So in this session, I'm going to cover some of the beliefs. Some people think rebirth does not exist. It's very important for us to know that because it is very well connected with understanding law of karma. If you don't believe in rebirth, then you will not understand law of karma accurately, and you will not be able to have that alertness, awakeness. You can say that awakening power to really stabilize on the self as a soul. Okay. Again, accurate education only can bring us that soul conscious awareness and connection with God based on the accurate information. Okay. All right. So in this, we haven't talked about rebirth and law of karma. We still have a couple of beliefs. I'm just doing it briefly. Okay. If you feel this is too fast, if you feel this is too much, well, everybody feels when they go into the school, right? Studying for the education. I felt when I went for school, college, master's degree, oh, it's so new, it's so hard, but we still made it, right? We didn't give up, but at the end of the my career, okay, when I'm about to graduate, I don't feel that anymore. Then whatever I used to feel very hard, it became easy for me. Okay. So this is the same thing we are going through. Okay. We are making our intellect rajo, tamo to sato. And this is a study. So if you just hang on until you graduate, then you are good. Okay. Then you won't feel this hard. So you just have to hang on to it. You always have help, again, free of charge. You can take your help, the help, okay? Then it might make it easy through interaction. Okay. These are some of the videos. It will be already aligned, okay, in order. So after I explain, you will have the PDFs in the description box, and in order what I'm talking, if I have related videos, it will be aligned right after that topic. So you can watch. Okay, well, those videos you really have to sit and watch. I know I had mentioned you can walk and listen, but some of the things it has visualization, so I can't control. which you really have to sit and look. Okay. All right. About rebirth, there are some evidences, okay, about past life experiences. There is a book, Soul Survival, Reincarnation of World War II. I'm going to also share one video that also represents a lot of facts. A lot of studies have done, a lot of cases are there where people have said these are not just from Sanatan Dharam or Hindu, it's from Christian, Muslims, everywhere. Research studies are done, cases have been found where they have proved that, oh, okay, whatever they are saying about the previous birth is right. So the belief about, even especially in Christianity and Muslim, they don't believe in rebirth, you might want to consider it. Okay, in the scriptures, it's not inspired by God. I know it's very hard for you to accept it. What That's why God comes here and teaches us, where we evaluate, okay, what are the teachings of God. God has the complete truth. All the scriptures, even the Sanatan Dharam, okay, even the Gita itself, which is written by human beings, it has a lot of gap. It didn't have it clearly. The soul is mind, intellect, sanskars. Okay, so God comes and tells us essence of scriptures. He fills all the gap. So very, very important. Just because I don't have it in my scripture, I should not believe that is the wrong way of looking at things, because we have not witnessed, okay, any religious father teaching to us. And the scriptures, it's written based on basically even the visions or what they have heard. Until I have the practical proof, I cannot believe anything to be right in this world. Now God is here; He's telling us the complete truth, and you are seeing it, right? It is supported with facts, proofs. So these are the references. So you will have see the videos next to this recording as well, and you decide yourself. Okay, so there are in the slides are there too. There's a psychiatrist Jim Tucker investigated children claims of past life, or the Western souls or the Christian souls. They are also, they have proved it. They have done the documentary. They have done the broadcasting as well. Okay, there is a case, you will know by yourself. Okay, something is real. Let's accept it. Okay, hypnotism, through the hypnotism also they have discovered that in the past life, everybody, they have talked about being humans. Nobody said that they were animal. Okay, very, very important. People who think that we take rebirth, we go into animal body, we need to correct that. Okay, that is wrong. That you have a video, you can look at it, and you also will have a documentary in this actually under this video, so you can look at the PDF if you need more evidences to accept the fact that you don't take animal body. You have always been taking human bodies. Okay, again, we are ready to talk to you to help you understand a little better. Okay, and again, there is a research findings by Dr. Monroe and Langhani, neurologist, in the CNN News as well about rebirth. Okay, reincarnation or rebirth is the same as reincarnation, what we are talking about here. Okay, just we know energy cannot be changed from one form to another. It cannot be, energy can be changed from one form to another, but it cannot be destroyed, right? So this is what it's happening. Okay, we had that, we were in a dormant stage, and then it changed into kinetic energy. We came into motion. Okay, then as we started taking pleasure through the body, we started losing that energy. Okay, there is a reason for taking the bodies, because we want to experience the pleasure. Okay, we want to experience our existence, so we continue to take new bodies. Okay, we were bound by 3 gunas, which we'll talk in the next recording briefly. Based on that 3 guna, we have to pass it through sato, rajo, tamo, all of them. We cannot just say, okay, I am here, I just want to experience happiness, I cannot experience sorrow. No. As soon as we are in the body, we are we are automatically programmed to go through these 3 gunas. If we remember ourselves as a soul, we are defaulted in the sato guna. If we have a dominance, we forget ourselves as a soul. We go in default, we operate through a default mode of rajo and tamo. Okay. So very, very important. There are references in Bhagavad Gita as well about rebirth. Okay. But rebirth is not avoidable. Okay. We all have to go through one body to another body. You can look at the slides and go through it. Okay. This body is like a cloth. It has says in the Bhagavad Gita as well. And which as soul changes the body, as we change the cloth in every day, right? Similarly, soul changes the body, which is referred to as cloth. Okay. Again, these are the Gita references. It will also be listed in that Gita slok section. You can look at the PDF. Okay. Many people say, I don't have time for all these things. Well, what do you want in life? You would just want to run behind things where you're losing your peace constantly, or you want to make effort to restore the peace and also balance your outside world. So we have to make effort for that, right? What we really want. So if you still don't want to invest any time, well, whatever the bad things coming to you, you will be the responsible for that. And a lot of changes, the weakness that you are feeling, you are the responsible for that, right? Because we are not giving any attention to the soul or benefit of the soul, which is the driver, and you're just focusing on outside things, the outcome will be the same. As you sow, so shall you reap. Okay. So in here, we can also understand by here it says, don't be afraid of those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Okay. It all, there are references in the Bible as well. Okay. But they have taken it in their own way, but we are relating it in the right way here. There is some sort of some connection here in every scripture that slightly is connecting. In Gita, they have a lot of references. Okay. So about two birds, maybe they don't have it directly, but indirectly they are mentioning. Okay. They all are believing at the judgment day, everybody will be judged. How are they going to judge? They have to take a body, right? So whoever has died right now on the judgment day, they will be evaluated. So that means that they have to take the rebirth, right? Jesus' soul will be revealed. So the body is perishable, decayed. He has to be revealed through different body, right? Very important. So indirectly, you are also believing in rebirth. Okay. So that is this one we already covered, so I will not go. Okay. So soul takes multiple birth. That is the fact. Okay, soul is not immune, which some people think, oh, soul is not affected by negativity, mind is affected. That is also not true, because mind is part of the soul. Then soul is not immune. Soul is also affected because the soul is bound by three gunas. Okay, and here there are references in Bhagavad Gita of three gunas. Okay, that we attributes, mode, you can say. Okay, through which, as I told you, quality, mode, attribute. Okay. So the sattva is quality of goodness, rajo is quality of passion and activity, and tamo is the quality of ignorance. Okay, we are bound by the three gunas to operate. These are the references again. I'm happy we are covering the whole Gita, you know that, by these topics. And the Gita slok section, by whole this understanding that you wanted, this is covering the whole Gita. All the understanding is supported by Gita sloks. So God is the only one who can really reveal this fact and really help us understand Gita, which he is doing right now. Okay, so we should be really taking advantage of this, the gift we are receiving. We wanted to learn all along the way, and now the opportunity is here, and then we are just rejecting it or just postponing it, ignoring it. We are really putting, we can say, like, we are creating misfortune for us. Okay, stabbing ourselves with knives only. Okay, so these are, see, in short, Right now, I told you, right? You can assess yourself like, oh, you said, oh, whatever I believe is right. See, we are operating by rajo and tamo guna. Okay, very, very important. We are operating from rajo and tamo intellect, and we are influenced by rajo and tamo knowledge, which I'm going to prove it to you right now. Look at these characteristics. It actually is mentioned in Gita and also in Bible and Quran as righteousness and unrighteousness. Okay, so when we are righteous, we don't have selfish desires. Okay, in here, one of the characteristics of this being operating under sattva guna is basically having the awareness of the soul, which we don't have it. Okay, seeing each other as a soul. So you know that we are not operating sattva guna. Under sattva guna, we follow all the guidelines. Okay, and we experience cleanliness of the mind, peaceful, truthfulness completely. Not even a single second we miss feeling this. Okay, that is called operating under sattva guna. Okay, we operate under our divine qualities. We don't have any selfish desires and expectation. We know what is it mean to operate from a soul conscious nature. We don't have any negativity, lust, anger, greed, anger, attachment, and ego. We are not attached to any physical things at all. Okay, that is important. So we are completely opposite, right? We have selfish desires. We are more focused on caring for the soul right now. People don't want to give any time to care for the soul, and what they think they are caring for the soul, it's all at the physical level. Okay, engaging the intellect in the spiritual study is called caring for the soul. Okay, so very, very important. And then also we have rajo and tamo gunas. Look at this. Right now we follow under these characteristics. Okay, we have increased worldly indulgence, show off, attachment to the short-term, unstable worldly fruit of action. That's what we are doing, right? I have to do this, I have to do that, I don't have time. If I get this goal, I achieve this goal, then I will focus on this, then I will be able to give time for this. That's what you are doing, right? Right? Body conscious vision, we have selfish desires. We think that is our responsibility, right? But under rajo and tamo gun, how are you fulfilling your responsibility, right? Which is creating burden on you. We have multiple opinions. We are slaves to material and senses. We have wandering mind, countless thoughts and worries, influenced by five vices. Right? Look at this. We all are going through this, right? We give sorrow, take sorrow. We are very sensitive. Okay. Accumulates wealth by unfair means for the enjoyment, right? We are just believe in the temporary, momentary happiness, the worldly pleasure, and multiple opinions. Focus on that. Right now, we are under Rajoguna, and Tamoguna is the extreme of Rajo qualities. Okay. We have no patience. We don't think before acting. We understand wrong thing to be right. We have ignorance, carelessness. That's what we are doing. Oh, later, later, later. Maybe not right now, not right now, right? For your spiritual benefit, laziness, sleep. That's what we are going through, right? And here, charity, which is given disrespectfully and attentively, right? All the donation we give, how they are used, right? Some sort of as a means to earn more income, perhaps, right? Immature intellect, okay, think just give priority to their desires. They don't even care about what other things, right? Cannot understand what how to really behave in a soul conscious way. Don't have equal vision. Okay, in a sato guna, we used to have equal visions. We have a lot of partialities. We want to care when we want to care. We want to favor when we want to favor. Okay, we just give some reasons. Okay, foolish stubbornness in order to torture oneself and harm others. No principles as told by God are followed. Okay, so look at this, where we are right now, right? We behave like we become cruel, sinners, lowers among men, haters, right? Abandoning the prescribed obligatory actions, right? This is where we are right now. Very, very important. And the third stage we have is the gunatit stage. Again, these are the Gita references. You can go through it. Okay. And gunatit stage, which is the stage, okay, which is basically going beyond the experience of three qualities, okay, where in here in the sloka itself, I'm just going to pinpoint real quick, enjoys the immortal position, okay, feels like liberated from the sorrow, okay, soul crosses all these three qualities like God, connecting with God, we become like Him, right? And then look at this. It says very beautifully that neither hates nor does the desire anything, like a thoughtless stage that you were looking for, right? So Gunatit stage, like they will be like a witness who doesn't shake, does not, they don't waver, okay? They remain stable, equal vision for soil, stone, gold, uniform in pleasant and unpleasant events. One who is patient remains uniform in this deformation and praise. Okay, until we go to Satogur, we cannot become Gunatit. Very important. Okay. So that is not happening until we recognize God, and that's why we are sharing all these things with you. Okay. So we all can um, bring benefit out of this and reach our destination. Okay. This we already covered it. Okay, unless we activate divine intellect, unless through the information received by God, until we stabilize in that one opinion, we cannot activate our divine intellect, we cannot activate our sato sanskar, we cannot have that constant peace of mind. We have already covered this. Okay, you can go through the slides if you would like to revise it again. Okay, so that's why it's very, very important to understand soul. We can able to experience that heavenly happiness or when we go to that, reach close to that gunatit stage. Okay. So effort is very clear to you, right? It's just believing the fact, the truth is one, and he is here. Okay. Swadharma and Paradharma. Okay. So with dharma means dharana, practices soul consciousness. God is here to establish one religion of soul consciousness, not bodily religion of Hindu, Muslim, Christian. Okay. Okay. So soul is not immune. Now you have understood, right? We have become from deities, we have become ordinary impure beings right now. So soul does get soul is tainted. Okay, we have become materialistic from soul consciousness. That means we are tainted. Okay. So and then we cannot we are doing a lot of physical things to purify the soul. Some people do the like in Jainism, Paryushan, Ramazan, they kind of designate even in Christianity also. It is different for different people, like a sacred occasion, okay, that they choose where they would just they will consider it as a time for cleaning the soul. Okay, then they do lot. They will that time, they will do a lot of physical rituals as well. Okay, they will take care of the mind, but after that, again, they start incurring the sins. Without having the knowledge, how can you really constantly remain free from incurring the sins? That's why God says in here, it's not about physical water. Bathing in river Ganges cannot purify the soul. Okay, we have been doing that since long time. We still population is increasing. We are taking rebirth. We cannot do yagya, tapa, dan. It has said in Bhagavad Gita itself. God has already said verses. Okay, look at in the Bhagavad Gita sections in the slokas, and then you can call us. We can talk about it. We can pinpoint that to you very clearly, that God clearly says that in that. Okay, I just don't want to make this as a Gita lesson. So for other people who don't belong to, who have no background in Gita, to be more boring, but I still have to pinpoint because that's where the fact lies, right? So it's very, very important. God himself said in that through this physical rituals, pilgrimages, donation, you cannot attain me. Okay, so but we are going in opposite direction under the influence of rajo and tamo guna, what human beings have brought. Okay, so we are completely wandered away from the truth. Okay, based on the opinions that has been generated through the scriptures and how it has been interpolated, manipulated over the time. Okay, the truth which is diluted. So God is awakening us, saying that, oh, look, that can't be true. It's not practical. Okay, river Ganges itself have considered to be an impure, polluting river in the world. Okay, so those are something, the 5 elements, they are definitely becomes impure. Something that becomes impure, how can they purify you? Okay, so it's about the knowledge. Okay, the sins can be washed away through the knowledge. That's why this acceptance of this one opinion is very, very important. Srimat, elevated opinion. Okay, with that, we don't come back again. Okay, so if we take pure knowledge one time, we don't come back in the sinful world. So it is the washing the soul with the pure knowledge. Okay, we have so much thing up in the Gita. You will see in the Bhagavad Gita references, God said that knowledgeable soul is dear to me. Without the knowledge, you cannot attain liberation. Without knowledge, you cannot have the wisdom. He talked all about knowledge, only through knowledge. That's what he gave it to Arjun, right? He didn't tell him to do any physical rituals. He just made him believe in him based on his true knowledge. And when he accepted his true knowledge, then that's where he became Nashtomoha. Intellect, God is intellect, and he comes here to connect the intellect. Okay, so very, very, very important. These are the Gita sloka references. Okay. So that's why cleaning the body, doing the physical rituals is not the way to purify. These are the references. Okay, it's all about knowledge. Okay, so you can go through these references that supports everything what I'm saying with the Bhagavad Gita references and as well as the Gita slok section. Okay, so that's why we become papatma, soul. Soul. If soul is immune, we would not have forgotten that I am a soul. Okay, soul is not immune. Okay, very, very if soul is immune, then we would not also have called as papatma, right? We would have always be called as a punyatma. Okay, so if soul would be immune, I am a soul would not have been vanished. So very, very important. Okay, that soul is not immune. We go through 3 gunas. We covered that. Now, one thing I will be covering in the next session is the law of karma. Okay. Any questions? You can contact us.